Hello everyone, welcome back once again. In this video we will look at getting started with .NET Core Worker Service inside the Visual Studio 2019. But before we get started, please make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't. So, with the release of the .NET Core 3.0, the ASP.NET team introduced the Worker Service project template, which is available as part of the SDK. So, to get too much ahead of ourselves, let's look at what is really a .NET Core Worker Service. A .NET Core Worker Service is a project built using a template which supplies few useful features that turn a regular console application into something more powerful. A worker service runs on top of the concept of host, which maintains the lifetime of the application. The host also makes available some familiar features such as dependency injection, logging and configuration. The worker service will generally be long-running services performing some regularly occurring workload. So to get really started, I'm just going to show you that some scenarios whereby the worker service will be much more useful. Like example, processing messages, events from a queue, service bus or event stream, reacting to file changes in an object or file store, aggregating data from a data store, enriching data in the data ingestion pipelines, formatting and cleansing of AI or ML datasets. So I hope we've actually got the brief overview of what a worker service is really is. So to get started, obviously, if you haven't opened your Visual Studio, please make sure you do. So once you open your Visual Studio, you can come inside the file and of course a new project. So with the new project here, so if you've got the latest version of 2019, Visual Studio 2019, then you should have a worker service template installed with it. So this is the worker service template that we're looking at. So once we click on this bit here, so we got the usual configure your project details here. So here you can configure your project details. So and then you can create the project. So you'll be also prompted here to select, of course, to select the worker project. So you can also enable a Docker support. So, but we're not actually gonna look into that. So we're just gonna click on the create here to create the project. So now, as you can see here, we've got the worker service template created. So now we're just going to look at what does the worker service template provide. So it's entirely possible to develop a long-running worker service without using the worker service template. So we're just going to look briefly inside. First, we're just going to look at the program.cs. So which is the program class. So this class consists of the required main method entry point for the .NET console application, of course. So the .NET runtime expects to locate this method within the program class when it starts your .NET application. So as you can see here, so we've got our main method here. So as you can see, included within the program class as part of the worker service template is the create host builder private method. Yeah, private method which creates an iHost builder. The iHost builder interface, yeah, defines a type which uses the builder pattern to produce an instance of an iHost. The template creates a new host builder by calling the static create default builder. So we're just gonna look at that as well. So by the host.create default host builder, so as you can see, if you put actually the cursor on it, you've got a brief description which is illustrating what it is really about. So it then uses the builder to configure the iHost, which will be used to run the worker service application. The hosts provide features such as a dependency injection container and a login, just as we can use in ASP.NET Core application. In fact, since .NET 3.0, ASP.NET Core Web Application and .NET Core Worker Service both run on the same iHost. So the create default builder method is called from within the main method and is used to build and then immediately run the host. So when the runtime calls the main method, the application will be started and the host will keep it running, listening for typical shutdown signals such as CTRL plus C keyword keys being pressed. And then of course you've got app settings.json, so which is very common, especially if you've been using .NET Core. So we're not going to look inside the app setting, but we will look at the worker class, or the worker.cs. So the worker class is something new which you will find in the default ASP.NET Core project templates. This is where the magic of hosted services combined with the host provide the basis of a worker service. So we look at how you can register an iHosted service. So the next logical question is, how do I register an iHosted service? So inside the configure service method, so 1 minute, types can be registered with the dependency injection container. An extension method is defined for the iService collection called add hosted service. Add hosted service, which allows you to register a class which implements the iHosted services. So as you can see, it's only got like 3 files. It's a very simple template to get you started with. So in this case here, this method will be run the execute async, yeah. So it will actually asynchronously execute this once the application starts. So in this case here, this information will be logged. Worker running at and the time, and then the daytime offset to now. So in this case, first the next bit is, of course, we're going to run it to see what actually happens here. So we just click on the F5 or you click on the play button. So as you can see here, now we've got the worker service being running the methods every second. So to set this video off, to complete this video, why do you even need to build a worker service? So the simple answer is when and if you need them. So if you have a requirement to develop a microservice which has no user interface and which perform a long-running work, then a worker service is very likely going to be a good fit. Remember that a worker service is just a console application under the hood. So that console application uses a host to turn the application into something which runs until it is signaled to stop. So the host brings with its features like dependency injections that you will likely already be familiar with, using the same login and configuration extensions available in the ASP.NET Core. Makes it easier to develop work service, which should log information when required. So as you can see here now, I hope I've given you the brief overview in terms of getting started with the worker service or the ASP.NET Core worker service. And from this point onwards, I hope you'll be able to build on your knowledge and extend the templates to suit whatever that you want to do. So I'm just going to leave the video from here. So make sure you subscribe to the channel because I got lots of videos coming up. And peace to you wherever you are. Stay blessed and catch up on the next video. Bye bye.